Tailgate Talk, as we are here tonight to bring you a little bit different show. As always, I've got Jeff Green right here next to me in the booth. Brian Denton, he is out in Colorado doing something. We don't know what. And then Braden whipped out on us again and had to go home, and he's doing his remote instead of being here where the cool guys are at tonight. Braden, welcome. Brian, welcome. Jeff, well, I don't know if we're going to hold that sign, but anyway. Well, for those of you following news, you might see a lot of things in the news about Ripple, XRP, Bitcoin, and some of that. Whether you buy, you sell, well, that's what we're going to come to you tonight with, but we're going to do it in college and pro football, buy or sell. And we're going to start things off in college, gentlemen, and we are going to go to the deep south. Well, absolutely, as deep south as you can possibly get. Carson Beck, the starting quarterback for the Georgia Bulldogs, transferring down to the Miami Hurricanes. Gentlemen, what I'm going to pose a question with you first off, does Carson Beck make them a legitimate playoff contender now that he is down in Miami? Is he that good?
I would say I'm not completely sold on him, and I don't think that he makes that big of a difference for Miami. I think he was good in Georgia. He had a lot of talent around him in Georgia, but Miami's a little bit different. They're in the ACC. They don't have quite the talent that Georgia does. In my opinion, I don't know if that makes a big difference from Cam Ward.
Okay. Now I'm saying a playoff contender, which means he only has to win the ACC. Is there another team in the ACC good enough that can jump over the top of them? I mean, Carson Beck's a good quarterback. You can't take anything away from him. What he did at Georgia was fantastic. But you're right, he did have a lot more talent. I'm asking, does he make him a playoff contender now?
I think Clemson's going to be better. I think Clemson's going to win the ACC. I think Miami's going to get left out like they were last year.
He's buying into that Sweeney talk. I disagree. I buy it. I think Carson Beck puts them over the top when it comes to the ACC. Now, can they do anything in the playoffs? Well, that'll remain to be seen how they develop and how that defensive unit comes together or not. But for ACC purposes, they got Clemson at home. Mm-hmm. They're going to get that job done.
Braden?
I'm buying it all day, and here's my reason why. This is all personal level. The U is back. Carson Beck moved to Miami. He cheated on his girlfriend. He hooked up with a Latina girl and got his car stolen. The U is back. Carson Beck takes him to the playoffs.
Are they bringing him back to the days of Michael Irvin and Ray Lewis and some of the Vinny Testaverde, Warren Sapp, Dwayne Johnson, who many of you may know as The Rock? But
I mean, they get to pay him for real this time.
Yeah,
they don't have to hide it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm buying it. They win the ACC. They go to the playoffs.
All right. So we got 2 buys, 1 sell in that situation. I'm probably going to go with, I think he's going to make him a contender in the ACC. I don't know, like Brian said, if he has enough around him to over that hump. Not only do they have to beat Clemson at home, they still have to win the ACC title game.
Correct.
To get into the playoffs. Beck's a good quarterback. I think he will probably go high in the draft next year.
And there's a lot of hype on what North Carolina is going to do this year.
Exactly, because you've got Bill Belichick and his niece girlfriend. Girlfriend. But
4 years old.
On a side subject, I have to thank Bill Belichick and his girlfriend because the University of Nebraska wrestling program got a stud named AJ Ferrari to come to Nebraska now, who he was originally down at North Carolina. Some things happened with that, and now he is at the University of Nebraska. So when wrestling comes around, keep an eye on AJ Ferrari. He will probably be at the 97 or the heavyweight for us. But let's get back to football. Let's stay down in the SEC for a little bit longer. You've got Georgia, you've got Alabama, who are at the top, being their predicted to be at the top of the SEC right now. Do either of them have a shot at going all the way in the playoffs? Do you see them both making the playoffs, and do you see them both making a long run in the playoffs this year?
I actually don't see Alabama making the playoffs again. I think Alabama gets out, or they're not in again. I think Georgia could do it. I definitely think Georgia could do it. And I heard recently that they're talking about firing Brian Kelly and bringing in John Gruden in LSU. So who knows what's going to happen there? But I think the two teams out of the SEC are going to be Texas.
Stop it. Texas
and Georgia.
Overrated.
I think Georgia and Texas are the two that come out of the SEC.
Stop it. No. Archie Manning can't save Texas. Texas is literally the team that does the least with the most. And the more talent they get, the more disappointed their fans get, because they always lose. They always lose. And they will lose to Georgia. They will lose to Alabama. They won't beat Alabama 2 years in a row. You can play that game anywhere, and Alabama's going to win this year.
But are you really sold on DeBoer? I don't
know. But we know that Texas is going to fold.
So, I would love to see it. I would love to see it.
I buy on Georgia. Alabama making the playoffs, even though they beat Texas, they still have their South Carolina game. They got a revenge game against Vanderbilt. How that's going to fly. They got to go to Vanderbilt this time.
Yeah.
Vanderbilt beat them in Tuscaloosa. So now this one goes to Vanderbilt. So now I sell on Alabama making the playoffs, but I still think they beat Texas along their way. Texas is not going to the playoffs. Texas will have multiple losses. LSU, Georgia, Alabama.
Braden, what do you think?
It's tough. It's really, really tough for me, but I agree that Georgia makes it with Jeff. And I don't know. I don't see Bama making it. I don't. Now, my team that I do go, I have to stick with last week. I said South Carolina was going, so I have to stick with South Carolina. So I have to be loyal to them. So I would, but I don't think Texas is way out of picture of not making it. But yeah, I have to. I picked them last week. But I don't know. I don't see Bama going, but I'm also not surprised if we get the SEC homerism from the committee and we see 2, 3, 4 SEC teams, and since it's the non-seeded deal anymore.
I think it's going to go to 4. I think they'll get 3. I think the Big Ten will get 3, maybe 4. By mid-season, a lot of the overrated SEC teams will have 2 or 3 losses on them, and they'll drop out of the top 25.
Yeah, so, I wouldn't be surprised if we see 3, 4 SEC teams in it.
So something I heard the other day that people were asking, what do you guys think that Tennessee's going to be this year?
Well, they're always the wild card, aren't they?
They lost Nico. I don't think they're going to be good. I really don't. I think you lose a quarterback as good as Nico was. I don't think Tennessee's going to be where they were.
Who's the guy that's taking over? I haven't even heard a lot of fanfare about it.
I haven't either.
It's not, it's not like I'm not saying he's not a 3 or 4 star guy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying there's not a lot of fan talking about it or anything. They're hoping to run the ball this year.
But Tennessee has a lot of talent.
What's that?
Tennessee has a lot of talent there still. So it's hard to say what they're going to be. It's going to be interesting.
I think they'll be a bubble team. I think Brady's right. I think South Carolina will get in this year. They were a bubble team last year, and then Illinois taught them a real lesson of what football's about. Went down there and spanked that ass.
So you guys brought it up at the end of February. Everybody's getting ready for March Madness. Well, in Austin, Texas right now, everybody's getting ready for Arch Madness, and we're not talking all the McDonald's down there selling adult Happy Meals. What we're talking about is Arch Manning. This is my thing. Texas first game of the year, they have to go to the Horseshoe. They have to play Ohio State. If Texas wins that game, does that propel them to making a deep run in the season and in the playoffs?
Yes.
If you're the defending national champion, if you win that game and say Arch Manning has a really good game and they beat Ohio State in the shoe.
Yeah, there's a lot of ifs and all that.
I'm-
What you're talking
I
about.
know, but are you buying or selling that if they win that game, that propels them?
I
Win
buy
or
it.
lose, they're still Texas. But to even think that they have a chance of going in the shoe and winning that game in week 1, I find that hard. I find that hard to wrap my head around.
I know, but it's college football.
It is college
Anything
football.
can happen. Anything can happen. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, so you look at that, and you look at the rest schedule that the Longhorns play. They have to go to Florida. They have the Red River rivalry against Oklahoma, and then they go to Georgia. You know, there's not really much else. They don't get Alabama on the schedule. They don't have LSU. They don't have South Carolina. They don't have
They have
any of
Missouri
those.
though, right?
I don't think they have Missouri. But
No, I'm looking at it. They don't.
no.
No.
SEC, they have Florida,
they got
OU, Kentucky, Mississippi State,
Kentucky,
Vandy,
Mississippi
Georgia,
State, Vandy,
Arkansas, A&M.
So it's not like it's a
It's
brutal schedule.
Yeah, it's not a
for
horrible
them.
schedule for them.
So that's what I'm saying. They go into the shoe, beat the Buckeyes. Do you see that?
That would put them in a really good spot.
Yeah.
But beating the Buckeyes, that's just. I wouldn't bet on that.
That's not my question. That's not my question. And Jeff, you were wrong. Vandy goes to Bama this year. They beat them at Vanderbilt last year. They go to Bama this year.
Oh, okay.
So I think Bama probably walks that one on them. I mean, what a brutal schedule Vanderbilt has. They are at South Carolina, at Alabama, home to Missouri, home to LSU, at Texas, and then
Oh
at
my
Tennessee.
God.
Yeah, that's a rough schedule.
Yeah.
Back to the Texas thing, I still sell. I think a win or a loss, they still are Texas and they'll find new ways to lose. Archie Manning will add to that. He'll be like his older brother, or like Peyton was in college.
His uncle.
His uncle.
His uncle.
But he'll be like Peyton in college.
Man, Peyton got the
Little
national
hit
title.
or miss. No, he didn't.
Yeah, he did.
With who?
He got to the game
What game?
to play for the national title game.
What year was that?
98 or 97.
No.
97
His senior year, he played us, and
In
they
the
weren't in
bowl game.
contention.
in the bowl game.
Yeah, but
Are you
they
sure?
even winning wasn't going to give it to him because there was Washington State and Michigan playing in the
I
Rose
thought there
Bowl.
was one year he had a chance.
He didn't have it that last his senior year because he played against us. We were ranked second. Michigan
Yeah.
was ranked number 1. Washington State was number 3. So them beating
Peyton Manning did not play for a national title.
I thought he had him on the verge of it, but he never got him into that championship.
that they had
They
a
won-
chance to prove they could play for a national championship by getting in the game with us.
They won the year they replaced Peyton.
Yeah, the year
That's
after.
right. T. Martin
T.
won it that
Martin.
year. Okay.
Yep. And they even brought T. Martin at the end of our game.
In 99, they
He
won
played
it.
the majority of the fourth.
Yep.
Going back to
kill Peyton.
Texas, I don't necessarily think them winning over Ohio State will propel them. So I sell that idea. But if they get by their first 5 games, from what we saw of their schedule, I don't see them getting beat, honestly.
I'm buying into if they beat Ohio State, then they're making a deep run. I mean, then their 5 games after that are a shoe on. I mean, they have really nobody till Florida.
I mean,
And- I don't
Quinn
know.
Ewers or Arch Manning? Who would you rather have quarterbacking?
Arch Manning.
Arch.
How we don't know that. We haven't
You
seen
saw-
Arch Manning play.
You saw him a little bit last year when
Oh.
Ewers was hurt.
That was spot duty.
Well, I know, but I'm just saying.
Quentin Ewers was
He has
overrated
more
all the way
talent.
around.
Well, he's a Manning, so I mean, you got to give him the edge until we see
Okay.
what's there.
And Texas made it to the semifinals last year, correct?
Yeah.
They
Yes.
did. I mean, I thought I watching the game. Arizona State looked like they should have won that game.
You're right.
Before the game, you're right. I didn't think that was possible, but
I did.
you did. You picked that, and
But-
I wish it would have came true.
Now-
Let's go to that. They probably played Ohio State closer than any other team in the playoffs last year. They had a chance to tie that game up late until
They did.
Sawyer picked up Ewers' fumble and took it back and separated out. So it wasn't like Ohio State went in there and just steamrolled. And believe me, I'm not
No.
standing up for the Longhorns,
No, wait a
but
minute.
I'm just saying
They were in front the whole time.
they were in front, but Texas had
Texas
kept
was
it
chasing.
close,
Was
and
chasing.
they had a shot deep in Ohio State territory to tie the game or possibly take the lead with a 2-point conversion, I believe.
Yes.
But
That's
then
correct.
Sawyer picked up the fumble or interception. I don't remember which it
It
was.
was a fumble.
Yeah,
Yep.
because
Ewer got blindsided.
yeah, so they
Now
say
let's-
Manning's a better runner and scrambler than Ewers. So
Now let's look at
Problem is
last
he's got
year.
that longhorn on the side of his helmet.
I understand
And,
that.
and you know that's like having the Jets written on the side of your helmet. It doesn't matter how much talent you get, you're still a Longhorn, which means you fail.
All right.
Now let's look at last year though. Look at a team that struggled and then they beat Ohio State on the road last year, which is Oregon. They propelled, got into the playoffs, and Oregon lost in their first round of the playoffs. So I'm just saying, just because they beat Ohio State doesn't mean anything
Right.
to me.
Well, let's move on and let's go to the Big Ten. And Penn State is ranked second in the nation right now and is a favorite front runner, I guess you could say, to win the Big Ten. Do you guys see Penn State going through the Big Ten schedule undefeated?
No.
No,
Penn State's
not at all.
Penn State
Let's see who they get.
on August 30th at 2:30 p.m.
I think they at least lose one game.
No, there's no way. I mean,
So-
they have
So they got
Oregon,
Oregon at home.
they got Oregon, they got Ohio State, they have Indiana,
Iowa.
they have
they have
us.
Ohio State. They're on the road in Ohio State.
Yep.
Yeah. I say they're not going undefeated because the MF and
Huskers
Skurs
gonna
are
beat
gonna
them.
fucking yeah.
Right.
The MF and Skurs are gonna
So
whip that ass,
Because
boy.
the Huskers gonna whip that butt.
Yeah.
And when the Huskers win that game, that's gonna stamp their ass right into the playoffs.
Talk about homers. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. I'll wear that Homer badge on my head.
I
I'll wear it on my head.
I wear this with pride.
Yeah.
All right, sticking in the Big Ten, guys. I don't think Penn State's going to go undefeated there. Here's my next thing. Are you buying or selling on last year's sweetheart, Indiana? Are they going to be the same team as they were last year?
No. They decline.
Yeah.
They
Well,
decline.
The rumors coming out of Indiana is they got better because they got better talent this year than bringing Jackson State talent.
Mhm.
But I sell.
I honestly think that it's completely different coming out of nowhere like they did last year to now being the hunted. It's
Yeah.
one thing to be in the hunter, it's another thing to be in the hunted. Now Indiana's in that category. So how will they respond? Because they're going to get everybody's best every week.
Yeah, I
So-
mean, you're looking at Indiana having Illinois, Iowa,
And that
Oregon,
Illinois game,
Mm.
that's to open the Big Ten schedule for them.
Penn State, Maryland, Wisconsin. I mean, they
honestly,
have
guys, last year, if you look at Indiana, who did they actually beat? They beat Michigan, but Michigan was down at that point in time. Michigan didn't come on till the end of the year. Who did Indiana really beat that was that signature win besides Michigan, who I don't think was as good then as they were at the end?
I see 4 losses.
they played no. I mean, they really didn't play anybody. I mean, they
No.
barely beat Michigan. They lost to Ohio State by 2-3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
They ran us out of the stadium.
They ran us out of the stadium. That's correct.
Do you know what happened? Is everybody got high on Nebraska and then they whooped Nebraska's ass and then everybody got high on them.
Yep.
That's what happened.
That's what Nebraska does to teams.
Yeah,
So-
it's I mean, after Nebraska put the thumping on Colorado like they did last year, everybody was hyped. Nebraska was in the top 25. Everybody was there, which brings me to my next buy sell. Are you buying Nebraska at 9 wins or more this year, or selling Nebraska at 9 or under?
Taking
Buy
the
it.
over. Taking the over.
Nebraska goes 10-2, stamps their ass for college playoff position. And I put my money on that. I'm not just talking. I put $100 on it on Saturday.
I'm selling.
Of
I'm
course you
selling it.
are.
No, the reason I
That's why
am
you're in Colorado, because we're done with that shit.
no, the reason I'm selling it is because until they prove it to me, I'm not gonna buy it. Like every single year, they're like, "Oh, Nebraska's gonna come back." Nebraska, when? When are they gonna do it? They've had the
This
talent.
year.
You
This is the
you
year.
can't.
This is
Rules
the
third year, baby. It's the rules famous third year.
Yep.
So now
Does it
As-
everywhere he goes. 30-year turnaround.
as a not a Nebraska fan, I do think the sport is better as Nebraska is being good. So I would love to see it, but I don't know. I don't see it.
I'm with Jeff. I think we go 10-2.
Yeah. 10-2.
I think
we have a very easy schedule. We got 3 big games. You got your Michigan game early. That's game 4. We get by that. We're really not challenged until USC. And then you got the road to Penn State. And then, our nemesis. We got to beat them eventually. Iowa can't keep chalking up wins against us. I mean, it just can't happen. But law of averages says we win one now every now and then against them.
So
If we go 2-2 in those 4 games, we're 10-2.
There's another game though that I don't care what records are between these two teams. It's a battle, and I believe it's there this year, and that's Minnesota.
it's at Minnesota, yeah.
They really took a step back last year.
They've got a stud running back still, and what always kills Nebraska is that running game of Minnesota.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm just throwing it out there.
I get it. I get it. We got to quit losing to these teams. I mean, we are definitely more talented now. That's not even a discussion at this point. And Rule, he would have ended that Minnesota thing if he would have had what was his name, Sims,
Yeah.
Jeff Sims.
Jeff Sims.
We would have had Jeff Sims that first time that Rule played him. We would have ended that shit then. But that was a misstep.
That's the thing about my 10-2 though, is I think we do drop Minnesota when we shouldn't. I think we're undefeated until we get to Minnesota. I think we drop, like Derek said, we struggle against a good running team usually. That running back had our effing number last year. We go there, I think we drop that one. All the high hopes I think get crushed a little bit for us, and then we win a few games that are 50-50s in the USC UCLA games, and then I think we drop Penn State. I think that's where my 2 losses are: Minnesota, Penn State.
So let's be fair. The last couple years, at least, if not farther. What is Nebraska known for? Losing the teams that they shouldn't.
Volleyball.
Well,
Yeah, they're known for volleyball. But
Jesus.
but what I'm saying is Nebraska, just for whatever reason, they play down to the level of their opponents.
Okay,
What is that going to
we
do?
can't go past 2 years ago because that was Scott Frost.
Yep.
We got to go with what we see with Matt Rule. Matt
I
Rule
saw
got
it last
5
year.
wins his first year here, which was more than Scott Frost did his whole 6 years here. I mean, how many wins did Scott Frost have total? 13.
I think.
13 in 6 years. So you can't hold that against us. That's not a trend. That's why we fired his ass. That's why he's down in Big 12 land trying to make a living.
Let's look at it. Let's look at it though. Last year, should they have lost to Illinois or Indiana? Honestly, if you were looking
Illinois
at the
was a
schedule,
really good team.
Illinois was not that good.
Yeah, they were.
They were pretty good.
No,
They beat
were not
KU.
that
They beat South Carolina in the bowl game, who was whining that they should have made the playoffs, and they stomped them. I mean, that game wasn't even close.
I don't buy that.
Illinois' quarterback, that guy's a stud.
We never had a shot at winning that Indiana game from the minute we stepped on the field. I mean, we had hopes of winning, but we had zero contention in that game. With the Illinois game, we played a really good Illinois team close. I mean, they proved themselves, like he said. They went to a bowl game that South Carolina was crying they should have made it, and they beat them. And
not just beat
it was
them.
A close. I mean,
they beat them bad.
Second half they ran away.
I mean, over at half.
For how much I did dislike that Illinois.
32 to 10. It was either 28 or 32 to 10 at half. I mean, they were just walking them.
If I guess, I think they have 4 losses.
See,
Nebraska?
Yep.
This is Rule's 3rd year, like you guys were talking about.
Yep.
The last couple of years, he was still playing with some of Frost's recruits. Okay. He's kind of got his own guys in there now.
And don't downplay Holderson.
No.
Yeah.
But honestly, I see Nebraska somewhere between 8-4 and 10-2. All right.
I agree. I agree.
They have the capability to go 10-2. They really do. They have the capability of going 10-2, but they also have that capability of going 8-4 if they don't show up for that one game or they find a way to do it. So somewhere between that 8-4 and 10-2 is where I see them finishing this year. I'm
just telling you, as a fan, I'm not happy at 8-4.
I know. I'm saying
I will not be okay.
But do you see what I'm saying?
I hear you.
Yes.
So
I don't understand.
I'm with Derek. I'm looking at their schedule. I think there's 2 set losses.
What?
I think.
Where?
I think they beat State. No, I think fair. I think Penn State beats them. I think Michigan beats them. I think UCLA beats them possibly, and I think maybe Iowa. I think Iowa or USC beats them.
See, I'm looking at it this way, and I'll even take this a step further. I said 10-2 is their ceiling. Actually, I could see them being 11-1. I could see them being 11-1. I don't think Michigan is as great as everybody thinks they're going to be coming into the season. They're going to be good, but I think Nebraska could play them tough. I think Nebraska plays bigger games better than they play some of the other ones.
We are losing to UCLA. That's a bunch of shit to even say some stupid stuff like that. That team they're not good.
Nebraska,
they're not even competitive.
On Derek's point, we proved it last year we had that Ohio State game in we had it in our bag.
Yeah.
And we let it fall.
We had the lead with 3 minutes left.
Nebraska had Ohio State beat. They play up in those big games. That's why I think they're gonna have a good game with Michigan. I can't tell you what. I mean, I wish I could tell you 100%.
The Michigan game, you know, people that weren't at the Colorado game last year, that weren't in the building, they don't understand what was happening there.
Mhm.
There was Colorado lost before the kickoff happened. Memorial Stadium will be rocking the same way with Michigan this year. That place is going to be electrified. You're going to be able to feel it in your guts as they come out of the walkway. I mean, that tunnel walk is going to be phenomenal. And that first drive, Michigan ain't got a chance. That's just like the Colorado
point of playing.
Just going to roll them.
Speaking of your two, Derek and Jeff's combined, is most of our biggest games are at home. We have Michigan at home. We have USC at home. We have UCLA at home.
No,
we have a lot of those.
UCLA is not a big game.
One of those two.
UCLA is there.
UCLA.
But we have We have UCLA's on because we went to USC last year.
Yeah.
So we have USC at home. We have Michigan at home. I mean, a lot of those bigger games.
We have Iowa at home. That's a way bigger game than UCLA.
Honestly, all I'm saying is
the Minnesota game's a bigger game than UCLA. UCLA is not in this.
The only thing UCLA is bringing to the table this year is Nico, but I don't think they have anything around him. He showed what he could do last year at Tennessee, and I think he's a good quarterback. But do they have any talent around him to help him out in the season?
So,
the answer is no.
Well, let's move on because we could talk about this all night, and I don't want to get Jeff's blood pressure up anymore.
That's
we already
too late
have
for that. Damn it.
So one more conference I'm going to hit on in college football. Buying or selling Arizona State. Are they going to be as good as they were last year?
No, I think they were a one-hit wonder.
I don't think anyone knew how good Scatterboo was.
I did.
Okay, as a group, yeah. But their defense was good.
Yeah.
That Texas game, they did things. They pushed Texas in many ways, and they never felt too far behind.
So you've got Sam Levitt, their quarterback, who is back with them, and Jordan Terry, their top receiver, is back with them. Now, here's the thing. Does Arizona State make the run they made last year without Cam Scatterboo?
No.
I don't think they do.
He was their biggest reason of that run.
And if you would have watched any of their other games during the year, and I watched a few of them, Scatterboo is what carried them. Like, he reminded me of a Makovica in the 80s and 90s at the end of that game. He was just a bowling ball.
Let's talk about what Scatterboo's doing now. I mean, he's over the Giants, and he's pushing for the number one spot.
Right.
When they first drafted him, they said, "Oh, he's a third down back."
Mm-hmm.
That's it. He's went to prove that he's more than a third down back. Tracy and him are splitting time with the number one team right now.
Well, here's what a lot of people don't think. And you look at Cam Scatterboo and you think he's a shorter bowling ball type player, right?
Yes.
He is the same height and same weight as Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah.
He's slower, though. Not quite as fast.
Maybe not quite, but he's got some good speed to him, too. When he gets in the open field, he was running away from people.
He was. I'm just saying, if he would have had put up a better time at the combine,
you should be happy he didn't.
I am. I'm thrilled to death that we got Scatterboo, and I was really pleased. That was a late round draft pick. I mean, what, 5th round?
Yeah.
You can't ask for anything better in the 5th round.
Yep. Now, I'm going to ask you guys one more question coming out of the Big 12. We all agree Arizona State probably won't be what they were. There was a team last year that lost the majority of their games by 6 points or less. They do have their starting quarterback back. Do you think Kansas is going to make any noise in the Big 12 this year?
I think it comes down. I think it comes down to Kansas as a state between one of the two.
Between Kansas and Kansas State?
I can see that.
I see that.
Out of this conversation?
Utah
They had injury problems too, is
They
why they
did,
were where they were.
but they've lost a lot of players off that team from last year. Kansas lost Devin Neal, their big stud running back. He went to the pros, but they still have Daniel Henshaw, who, if you watched, filled in for Neal some and is still a solid runner. They do lose their big corners, Bryant and I can't remember the other one. And they did lose a lot on defense, but not Jaden Daniels, but Jalen Daniels, the quarterback at Kansas.
I'll buy it. I'll buy Kansas making a run.
You look at what they did last year at the end of the year against Iowa State,
It
against
doesn't change
Colorado.
anything.
I'm just asking the question, man. I'm realistic when it comes to it. I can see if Daniels comes out and has a big year, I can see Kansas contending for that Big 12 title. If Daniels comes out and plays like he did in some of the games last year, they're going to be a 500 team.
You know, last year, my whole concern in the Big 12 was as long as they were beating Colorado. You know, that was kind of my concern.
And they did.
And they did. You know,
They
everybody,
hammered them.
yeah, everybody just kind of took turns at it.
Yeah.
Now this year, my hate has moved a little bit. I want to see UCF not win a game.
I'm going to speak in on this subject, and the reason I'm going to say sell, I'm going to say no. But the reason I say that is I wouldn't have said that unless I pulled up their schedule. Their KU is at Missouri. They're at UCF. They're just their teams in general. They have Missouri, West Virginia, Cincy, UCF, Texas Tech, K-State, OK State, Iowa State, Utah. They play every top team in the Big 12.
Everyone in the Big 12 is going to play all those same games except that Missouri game. Because that Missouri game, Missouri's in the SEC.
Yeah, but
yes, not
But you
necessarily.
guys still got your round robin, right?
no.
No.
There's 14 teams in the Big 12.
Yeah.
Okay.
So-
Out of every Big 12 team you can pull, they have the top 7. I mean, truly.
So is everybody selling BYU? They came out of nowhere last year.
They did.
Yeah, I'm selling on BYU. Little churchgoers.
I mean, as much as this pains me to say, the team out of the Big 12 to beat this year, I got a feeling is going to be Kansas State. And being a lifelong, I can't stand purple. It's kind of like if Jeff said Iowa was the team to beat in the Big 10, or Oregon was the team to beat in the Big 10. That's what it's. Yeah, I know. That's what it's like for me to say that, but I am going to be realistic.
I mean, you just implying it gave me a bad taste in my mouth.
I'm sorry, man.
I'm going to take a drink.
Okay.
I'm just going to say something. Oregon's still the team to beat in the Big 10.
No, they're not.
No, seriously. They won it their first.
seriously.
Oh,
won their
my
first-
gosh.
They won the national championship.
They won it their first year in the Big 10.
Everybody.
They won it their very first year in the Big 10, coming out of the weak Pac-12.
It is a weak Pac-12.
They still won the division, or they still won the conference.
Well, let's move on, gentlemen, to the professional ranks, professional football. And Brian, I'm going to put you on the spot right away. Buying or selling Saquon rushes for 2,000 yards this year?
Selling.
Yes.
I don't think he does. I don't think he needs to. But there was a big development. Landon Dickerson is hurt with a torn meniscus, which is a big thing. We don't know what that's going to be.
Especially when you got Raymond.
Yeah, I honestly think I still think they're the team out of that division, but I don't think that he has to rush for 2,000 yards for them to make a run though. So I honestly don't think he does it 2 years in a row. I don't.
Do you think Saquon's the best running back in the league?
That's tough.
Yeah, the pretty good.
I think if you put Derrick Henry or somebody else behind that offensive line, it'd be scary. But Saquon was on a tear last year. We all saw it. It was a year of destiny for them. But
I'm gonna bring a point up. I'm gonna bring a point up. Saquon sat out the very last game of the year last year, the 17th game, right?
Yep.
Derrick Henry played in all 17 games last year. Derrick Henry had 20 less carries last year than Saquon. Saquon averaged 5.8 yards a carry. Henry averaged 5.9 yards a carry. If Henry gets those 20 extra carries, and everybody talks about Jalen Hurts being a rushing quarterback, I think Lamar's more of a running quarterback than Jalen Hurts is.
Yeah.
So does it hurt? Would Derrick Henry have went for over 2,000 last year if Lamar wouldn't have ran as much?
I honestly don't think it's on Lamar. I think it's on the coaching staff.
Right. They didn't use him at the beginning of the year.
No, they didn't. But I honestly think if I was to pick one of the two, I just need to see more out of Saquon. 1 year's not enough.
Yeah.
If he can stay healthy, I take Saquon all day. But because Saquon is a little bit more diverse back than Derrick Henry is, and I don't know. I think Saquon probably goes for 1,500 plus, but I don't see him reaching 2,000.
Okay.
I have to address this. Our newcomer that we really appreciate your involvement in this, Zach out of Colorado. Just so that you know, Colorado will get another shot at Nebraska. We're not playing against each other this year. Your shot was last year, and you guys laid an egg. And Sanders, without his boys, there's more eggs that are going to be laid by Colorado going forward. Keep on watching so you can hear me terrorize that as it goes on in the year.
All right, Zach, I appreciate you putting that on because that brings me to my next buy sell in the NFL. 2.2 million people tuned in to watch Shedeur Sanders' first preseason game. Preseason.
Yeah.
So here's my buy sell, guys. After 6 games, if the Browns are 1-5, Flacco's not getting the job done. Do the Browns put Shedeur in as the starting quarterback to maybe get some more fans to come to the games, to maybe get some more people to watch them?
No, they're trying to win, which means Dylan Gabriel comes in.
I'm just saying, if the Browns are 1-5 after their first 6 games, is Shedeur the one they put in, or do they go with Gabriel?
Well, right now, I mean, did you hear what the coach said after it? I still feel more confident in Gabriel. Shedeur is still number 4 on the list. They are looking to move Pickett, but that will leave Gabriel above him on the list.
Right. But does the brass say they put Gabriel in for 2 games and they still lose 2 games, and you've got the fans yelling, screaming, whatever. Do they put Shedeur in at that point?
It's Cleveland.
I know.
That's
what
so
I'm
hard.
I honestly would not be
You're going to
surprised.
talk about the land of bad decisions.
I wouldn't be surprised if they did take a shot on him. He did play well in his one preseason game that I did see the stats of. And you look at that QB room.
Yeah.
They did.
It's old or young.
They did sign another quarterback. They have a 5th quarterback in that room.
Who's that?
I think Hundley. They signed Hundley or somebody like
that. Huntley.
Yeah.
That's right.
But what does that say to you? Like,
that tells you that they don't have confidence in Dylan, Pickett, or Shedeur.
Would you have confidence in either one of them?
Flacco's their number 1.
I know.
But would you have confidence in either one of them? Because they don't have Chubb behind them anymore. So, I think Cleveland's in a world of hurt.
Yeah.
I do. but I wouldn't be surprised if they come down to it and say, "All right, we need to sell tickets. Let's put in Shador."
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised. That's Cleveland.
that's what my question was. Does the front office of Cleveland say, man, we're losing revenue, we're not getting any TV watching, we're not getting any fans here to the games?
The cult that follows the Sanders,
Yeah.
right? You know, when do they sell? When do they finally give up the follow?
See,
I mean, is it 2 straight losses with him in there? 2 humiliating losses as real defense tears him up?
Yeah.
Or is it 3? Is it 4? And then they say, oh, they're using him wrong. I mean, it's like a cult. I mean, the guy can be horrible and they still follow him.
I'm gonna weigh in on a comment on our Facebook. As an Oregon guy, Justin Gabriel's not the guy in the pros.
Dylan Gabriel.
Or sorry, Dylan Gabriel is what I meant.
Justin said it.
Oh.
Yeah, Justin said it. That's why I said Justin. But I don't, as an Oregon fan, I just don't think Gabriel's a NFL quarterback. I don't.
I think Cleveland laid an egg. I mean, they took Dylan, and then they turned around and took Shador, and I do believe Dylan's better than Shador. But you're right. Neither of the guys are the guy. Neither of them guys are going to lead that team.
I think halfway through the year is trade Myles Garrett, let him go to a decent team, get some good draft picks for him, what you still can, and just rebuild.
And get Archie?
Wow. Do you take 3 quarterbacks in the draft in 2 years straight?
If you pick the wrong 2 the first year,
Well,
I mean,
I'm saying Arch is the number 1 guy coming out of college.
they take a quarterback once a year for like 5 years straight in the 80s,
yeah, but
late 90s, early
those
90s.
guys all did good after they got there.
I'm
Vinny
just saying.
Testaverde, Steve Young,
Yep, I'm just
Jameis
saying.
Winston. Oh, no.
Not Jamie Winston.
He had
All
to
right.
steal them crab legs.
Vinny Testaverde.
So,
Sorry about the technical difficulties, guys, but I'd like to put my point in of what I missed. If Oregon's a team to beat out of the Big Ten, someone's smoking crack out in Colorado.
Braden, we're on pro now.
I know, but I missed it because I had technical difficulty, so I had to
Where
say
have
it.
you been?
I had technical difficulty, but I had to say it. Oregon is not the team to beat out of the Big Ten.
Definitely
Point
not.
proven. Go on.
All right.
I'm glad you came back to make that point.
Thanks. I had to.
So, Braden, I'm glad you're back because now I'm going to move to the AFC West. Is the dynasty known as the Kansas City Chiefs over in the AFC West? Are you buying that or are you selling that?
No, I'm selling it.
Huh?
I don't think the dynasty's done quite yet. I think the AFC West is one of the best divisions in football now. But I don't see any team of that having enough after 1 year or being their first year of like the Raiders to have enough to take out the Chiefs in the AFC West. The Raiders are year 1. You don't know what Pete Carroll's going to do. He could be great, could be not. Jim Harbaugh's a cheater. Screw that guy. And then you have the Broncos, which I think the Broncos will be the second best team, but they're not better than the Chiefs.
I'm buying in on exactly what he's saying. Now, one thing he said that I disagree with, AFC West being best of the AFC divisions, I disagree with that in full. Like you said, Pete Carroll's new, have no idea what's going on there. They're still trying to piece together a team to even compete, let as well be a contender. Harbaugh's a cheater. He karma will bite him, keep him down exactly where he needs to be. Yeah, Chiefs win that division still. Okay.
I'm selling that the Chiefs are done, but I am buying the fact that they don't win the division. I think Denver wins. I think Denver.
Oh my! Here we go.
Gross.
Here we go.
I said this last time. No, I think Denver has a good enough team to win the division, but I don't think they're quite the team to make a playoff run. I think Kansas City can come out of the wild card and still do it. But I do think 3 teams come out of the AFC West.
3.
3.
We know 2 suck.
So
It's
you're
gonna
saying,
be
you're saying
That's
LA,
Denver
you're
and
saying
the
LA,
Raiders.
Kansas City, and
And then you
Broncos.
got the cheater that Carver's not going to let him in. Nah.
I think it's the Broncos win the division, Chiefs get a wild card, and the Chargers get a wild card. Mark it.
I don't even know what to say.
Mark it down right now.
I think the Broncos have a great defense that can make them good to get them to the playoffs. I just don't. Bo Nix does not have much help around him on offense. He
That's not
showed
true.
he was very true.
That's not
J.K.
true.
Dobbins
No.
is washed. He is
No.
not good. And
Okay.
I can't even name a receiver on that team.
Okay, guys, go look at his stats last year. He was not
Now,
good at the beginning of the year, but
John
he was
Payton,
great.
He could make a monkey look good back there because he's that good of a coach.
So, do you know what Bo Nix is doing? Exactly what Joe Burrow did. He's playing with a college receiver that he had all the way through. Franklin's going to have a big year.
Joe Burrow has the best arm in the NFL.
Joe Burrow's overrated as shit.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Wow. No, he's not. Joe Burrow is literally the best arm in the NFL.
No,
By far.
not a chance. Not a
By
chance.
far.
Not a chance. Patrick Mahomes
His
has
arm is
that
Josh
title.
Allen. And you don't have the rest of the game.
Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in the
best
NFL.
all-around quarterback in the game.
And he has the best arm.
Has the
He has
best
the best
arm.
arm. No, Patrick Mahomes
Yeah.
has the best arm.
Who?
Patrick Mahomes has the best arm in the football.
He does it. He's the best all-around quarterback. He runs, he moves pocket well, he sees downfield well. But he doesn't have the best arm.
I would disagree with you, but it's okay.
All right.
What are you doing, Braden?
It's hard because I agree and disagree with you both so much that I can't give my opinion.
Okay, well, give us your opinion, Braden.
I agree that Pat Mahomes is the best all-around player quarterback, but it's hard for me to say this, but I don't think he has the best arm. But then again, I don't think Joe Burrow has the best arm in the NFL.
Who do you think has the best arm?
See, that's tough because I
Are
don't.
you really going to go with Josh Allen?
I'm going to have to say Josh Allen.
No, stop it.
You actually hit the computer.
I honestly said this on our first show we did when we were giving our predictions. I think you're going to see Josh Allen start taking a step back. I really do. He's
hope so.
had a really good run. He cannot beat Kansas City in the playoffs.
True.
I'm not 100%. I mean, Allen does more with his legs than he does his arm. He does more damage with his legs
Absolutely.
than he does with his arm.
He is one of the best running quarterbacks of our day.
If you force Josh Allen to sit in the pocket and throw, you can beat the Bills. I don't think he is.
I mean, he's got a better. He's better than Lamar Jackson.
Well, okay. I'm not even throwing Lamar into this talk. But Patrick Mahomes, if you give that guy a clean pocket with 5 to 7 seconds to throw the ball, he will kill you and eat you alive all game long. All right? If you give Joe Burrow a clean pocket and 5 to 7 seconds in there, he is going to eat you alive all day long. They don't have to throw the 90-yard touchdown.
And Burrow doesn't have that.
No.
He has not had that as a staple.
Right.
I mean, he's a 3-4 second guy.
That's debatably the worst part about the Bengals is the O-line.
Well,
That's
okay,
right.
to prove that, look at the Chiefs' Super Bowl losses. One to the Eagles, one to the Bucks. What did they do? They pressured Mahomes and made him get out of there
Made him move.
and throw early. And that doesn't work with when Mahomes was early in his career, that guy could launch the ball. And I think he still has that arm because how many times did he throw the ball to Tyreek and Tyreek was 20 yards past the defender and just lays it right in his breadbasket for the easy six. A lot of times that was their game back then. So here's my next buy sell.
I got one more point.
Yeah.
On this subject. So we're talking about Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, and Joe Burrow, right?
Yeah.
Who has the best receiving core of them three?
Burrow.
Burrow by far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By
Yeah,
far.
Burrow has the worst offensive line of those three.
Yeah, but when you can throw it up to Chase and he just goes get it all the time, it doesn't really matter.
And Higgins.
Yeah, and then they got Higgins is who.
ICVS, or however you pronounce that guy's name.
Yeah,
But
I'm
going to say this. Burrow has Chase, okay, and Jamar Chase is by far probably the best receiver in the National Football League right now, between him and Justin Jefferson, okay?
Yeah.
But
Oh, by the way, he had both of them in college.
yeah, I know.
Which is ridiculous.
If Scott Frost would have been smart, he would have had Joe Burrow at Nebraska. But
Right?
Oh, we had our quarterback.
yeah, but let's throw this out. I'm going to say this. Chiefs receiving core is a lot better now because I think Rashee Rice is a Pro Bowler. I think Xavier Worthy with another year under his belt is going to give him a good target. And I think Hollywood Brown is a good receiver. And then you throw Kelsey into that mix. Kelsey may be a little bit older, but Kelsey can still play the game. Now, I'm not saying any of those guys are even close to Jamar Chase talent. But I think those guys are close to T. Higgins talent.
Yeah.
You know?
You can't forget about
So-
Juju Smith-Schuster.
Huh?
You can't forget about Juju.
Yeah, you can. Okay. Juju needs to go the same path as Antonio Brown. He needs to take his pads off and run out of the stadium
Oh,
to never be
man.
seen again. All right.
He doesn't have
That's when he was
TPE like Antonio Brown.
that's
All
when
right.
he was his best, is when he had Antonio Brown on the other side.
Yeah. So, with that being said, if Mahomes wins, let's just say the regular season MVP and another Super Bowl this year, are you buying or selling? He's as good as Tom Brady.
Oh, we're not there yet, are we?
You know, this is very interesting because I honestly don't think he needs to get as many championships as Brady to be better than Brady. I really don't. I think he's already better than Brady.
Oh, Jesus.
So, this is my thing.
The disrespect to the older generation that brought us football and gave us the game that we love today.
Jeff,
This is my thing. Okay.
Jeff,
And
Tom Brady went 10 years in between the Super Bowl.
Okay. And then he still
10
came out
years?
with a couple.
10 years.
here's
He played for Super Bowls during those 10 years.
What, 2? Maybe 1? I think he only did 1 in them
2.
10 years.
I think both of the losses to the Giants were in there.
Okay, but you did have he had the best offense in
season. Yeah.
I don't know.
So here's my thing. You flash back to Brady's very first Super Bowl win against the Rams, where they were big underdogs. The Patriots shouldn't have even been in that game.
No.
The tough
No.
rule with Charles Woodson.
Let's put this conversation where it should be, because we shouldn't be having this conversation of Mahomes versus Brady. That's not where Mahomes is at in his career. Should be having the conversation: has Mahomes passed Montana? Has he done that? Because
He did that.
Montana is 4-0.
Okay.
He took a team that was down and out when he got there.
Mhm.
They built it around him, and he became a powerhouse when football was more violent,
Yeah.
especially at the quarterback position.
Yeah.
I still
Now-
think Montana is number 2, and Mahomes is chasing that spot. He's not chasing number 1 yet. He hasn't even got to the number 2 spot yet.
We've never seen anything like Mahomes. And the reason I
Yes,
say
we
that,
have.
no, we haven't. Because he's changed his style of play 2 or 3 times because he lost Tyreek Hill. Then they went to running the ball with Pacheco. And then he's done it 3 different ways. And he's never not
He
made an
didn't do it
AFC.
3 different ways. Andy Reid did it three different ways.
He's
Andy Reid
You can
is
say the same
literally
about
the
Brady
best
with
coach who's
Belichick.
ever coached a game. Ever.
he's also Brady played the same game every time. Every single time.
That's
Doesn't
not
matter.
completely true, but
That's bullshit, Jeff. You know it.
Brady did throw interceptions. Brady never put you in a bad spot, and they did lose. The one time that they lost because of his play, he came back the next year to make sure that wasn't his last
All right.
shot at it.
So let me throw this out at you. The Super Bowl losses to the Bucks and the Eagles by the Chiefs. Do you put those on Mahomes, or do you put that on the offensive line, not giving him that protection to do what he can do?
Offensive line all day.
All day.
Were they
Brady
better?
never ran for his life. Ever.
Those two defenses were overwhelming for the lackluster line of the Kansas City Chiefs.
Right.
They spend their money elsewhere.
Mhm.
And it bit them in 2 different spots. But then on the other hand, that dominance on defense, that doesn't come every year.
Mhm.
I mean, that doesn't come every year.
Yeah.
Which means that Kansas City's probably good for another 3 years before they run into something like that again. Because even the Eagles are not that team this year.
The best team in their division for defense is in their division.
No, you don't know that.
Yeah.
You don't know that.
Patrick Surtain is the best corner in football. And then they
Okay.
also added Ufunga, and they also have some of the best linebackers in the NFL. The Denver Broncos will be the best team defense in football this year, guaranteed.
The Denver Broncos?
Yes,
Stop it.
I'm just saying that I'm marking it right now. Mahomes is not going to beat him twice.
Post this right underneath his picture.
Well, our buy sell, as I figured we would, we differed on a lot of stuff, guys. I mean,
We see the game differently.
I figured that was the way it would go. It's been a fun one. We are, I believe, 3 weeks away from
pro
opening night.
2 weeks away from college.
We are just a shade over a week and a half away. August 23rd is kickoff for colleges. And then really everybody kind of kicks off and gets going the following week, Labor Day weekend. That's when you're going to see some big games happening around the country.
All right, I want to talk a little bit about this though. Everyone that watches this, get on our page. Brian is going to post a link to be able to get into our college pick'em, our pro pick'em, so that you can pick each week against us.
We're doing college again?
I hadn't decided yet. I probably we're going to do college pick'em too, but sign up with us. We're going to have random prizes over the course of the year to hand out on those on weekly. If you can beat us or not type thing, but you got to beat every one of us. Can't get second and lose to me because I'm usually out in front.
Not last year.
Why we can't bring up the past? We're just talking about future.
Well, you just said nobody can ever beat you because you're always winning it. I'm just saying, what about last year?
And it's what we want. We want more people on there, and we're going to keep that open. But he'll post the link to it and how to get on. We'll work that out over the next day or so. It should be up there tomorrow.
Brayden, who won last year? Do you remember?
I wasn't invited to the pick'em, so I don't know.
Brian, do you remember who won it all?
Derek.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That's right.
And then for you two who aren't here, the teams of you two versus us two in March Madness.
How did that work out?
There was never 2v2. That was 2v1. Jeff had no part in that. Jeff had 0 part in March Madness. You contributed nothing.
Well, anyway, please go on and hit the like button, the subscribe button. Please talk to your friends, your family, everybody you can. We want to try to get this up. I don't even know where our viewership is right now, Brian.
We have 233 people on Facebook, and that's our biggest at the moment.
All right. So here's my challenge to all of you out there right now. If we can get over 500 subscribers, Jeff will wear an Oregon shirt on the show. Just one show. 500, man. If we can get to 500, come on. You'll do it, right?
Yeah, I'll do it if you get 500.
If we can get to 500 subscribers.
It means at this point,
Okay, wait a
every
minute,
one
wait
of
a
you
minute.
got to bring one friend.
Wait a minute. I'll give you your option. You can wear an Oregon t-shirt or a Philadelphia Eagle t-shirt on the show. It's got to be good.
He can't even decide.
We'll surprise you with that. If we can get to 500 subscribers, so tell everybody you know, hey, go hit Tailgate Talk, Nebraska. Go hit Tailgate Talk. Tune into those guys. They may not know much, but no, we try to know as much as we can.
Yeah, come on now.
But we want to see Jeff in green at some point in time here shortly. So I'm putting the challenge out to all of you out there. Hit that subscribe, get your family, your friends, your neighbors, everybody. We want to see Jeff in some sort of green with a bird on it. It's either going to be a duck or an eagle. We'll decide that once we hit that 500 subscribers.
All right, I'm in.
I love this.
I'm in. 500. When's the date by? What do we say?
End of September.
End of September. That gives you 6 weeks.
Yep. By
Double-
the end of
To
September.
double our viewership.
We want to get 500 people. So please, everybody that is out there, jump on, subscribe, do your part.
I'm
do your
not.
part
I'm not going to do my part.
to
for
put
6
Jeff in
weeks.
green. Okay. And he's even going to wear the
The green hat.
The green hat.
I wear the
with the green shirt.
what do we call that?
That's a Bear Bryant derby.
Bear. Yeah, there you go. Bear Bryant.
It's a Bear Bryant hat.
Or the Dallas Cowboy.
Tom Landry.
Tom Landry.
But he didn't have the checker. Bryant did.
You're right.
So, but we have enjoyed having you in here with us for a very short time this evening. As Jeff says always, go Big Red.
Go Big Red.
Right, they can help you out with that, dude.
I know he's losing. Weak.
What?
I mean, we bring him along, we talk
I
to
know.
him, we try to teach him, and at the big moments, what happens?
He chokes.
He chokes.
He chokes.
Yeah.
We're
Choke
gonna
my
have to bring his dad
ass.
on.
We're gonna
Yeah.
talk about Frost.
Yeah. Thanks,
Oh,
Dad.
Scott Frost.
Yeah. Okay.
But anyway, we are glad you chose to spend some time with us here on this Wednesday evening. Football season is right around the corner, people. We hope that your team has a great year this year. We're going to keep bringing you content, talking to you about pro and college. We may throw a few other little things in there maybe throughout the year. Brian Denton, Colorado. Braden Cook, listening out up in Lincoln again on us. And Jeff and I right here in the Casa de Green. You've been watching Tailgate Talk, and
We know
We know
sports.
sports.